Alright guys, today we're going to be reacting to my new opinions of Germany. Might make you upset. James Bray just showing us his own opinion regarding Germany. I love him, man. He's very good. This is what this channel is all about, man. He just reacting to Germany and just went to visit Germany, man. Imagine that, huh? Imagine that, bro. What you have is a great opportunity to just... we're gonna react to a new video, fam. This one's not that... This one's kind of old. Let me see. 5 months ago. I would like to just hear his opinion. If he already went to Germany, he hasn't gone to Germany. This is before or after. Let's see what he has to say. Let's go.
Well, I have come back from Germany and I have a lot to say. First of all, thank you guys so much for 500,000 subscribers. Go ahead and comment that right now in the comments down below. Just what video got you to subscribe to this channel? I know we've done a lot of reactions in the past, commentaries, live streams, crazy collaborations, and that's how a lot of you guys found out about this channel. But thank you guys so much. 500,000 people. That is a lot of people. That's a lot of people. And we do have a special coming up, so stay tuned for that. Anywho, my thoughts on Germany have changed entirely after visiting. I only visited Germany for 4 days, but it was life-changing. Life-changing. A lot of the things that I've reacted to on the internet and stuff like that, and that I've seen different parts of Germany. I've played GeoGuessr. I've reacted to thousands of videos, and the experience I had is unlike any other I've ever had in my entire life. So let's talk about it. I actually have bullet points right here on my iPad. There's 7 main bullet points that I want to talk about. Just to let you guys know, some of my opinions might upset some of you guys, so just get ready for that. But then some of them you might agree with. Some of them you can...
I have to give it to him. He just keeping it real. And some of these reactions, they might upset some people. And this is what reactions are. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you prefer real reactions or you prefer fake reactions? Like, hey, everything's good. Man, wow, really? Or you prefer like, I might not be okay with this. I like this, but that thing. Let me know in the comment section below.
Give me some more information on, and we'll go from there. I'm going to give you guys a preface though before we get started. I picked Cologne, Germany as the very first spot to go to in Germany intentionally. I knew that it wasn't that intense as like Berlin. I knew Berlin was far more intense as far as, you know, that goes for Germany. Berlin's going to be the very last trip I make to Germany, the very last one. I want to experience all of Germany and then do Berlin, but Cologne I figured it'd be the perfect balance of city and, you know, some German culture mixed in there. You get a potent version of Germany, but at the same time, a very relaxed, chilled version of, you know, what I'm going to see throughout all of Germany. It's a very evened out sort of experience, and that's what people were telling me. A lot of you guys were telling me that Cologne would be a very good first stop. The first thing I noticed were the noise levels. You guys told me that in my videos in the past, I'm a very loud person. I know I'm a loud person. You guys have probably talked to me in person. I'm pretty loud, but one thing that I saw in a lot of the vlog comments were that was that I was very respectful with my noise levels. I was very you know, quiet and stuff. I wasn't super overbearing, but I noticed that the noise level in Germany, at least in Cologne, was a lot louder than I thought. You know, I'm like, oh dang. I mean, obviously it's a...
Really, man? Germany very loud? How? Wow. How? That's crazy. It's to think that there was a lot of noise in Germany, knowing that they're very, you know, very strict with certain things, and knowing that in Cologne that was kind of loud. That's gonna be well, I used to live in New York City, but in Milwaukee, a couple cities, and it was loud all the time. So I don't know. I have to see it and make
city, you know, so there's gonna be a lot of people talking and having fun or whatever. But I noticed that, you know, people were pretty talkative, especially on public transportation. I could hear people talking, sometimes kind of loud and whatnot. It didn't bother me, but I just made note of that because you guys were saying, oh, that's not how it is. And then I'm like, well, here it is. But it's also because it's Cologne, and I'm very aware that's not all of Germany at all. It'll be very different depending on where I'm at. The other thing was the German stare. Now I feel like I got lied to. Y'all were telling me the German stare was gonna be crazy, I was gonna be uncomfortable. There's 2 sides of the story I'm gonna tell you guys, and then you guys can make a conclusion as far as whether or not the German stare was a thing in my situation. The first one is I did have somebody stare me down while I was on the aircraft flying to Germany. Turns out they were a subscriber and they'd been watching me for a long time, so they
that is crazy, right? That's crazy. They're like, is that that YouTuber that I'm always watching? They cannot believe it, kind of thing. Okay.
Recognize me. When I went through the customs line and stuff to get into Germany, I'd say there were probably 10 or 12 people in the line that recognized me as well. We all shook hands, we took pictures and stuff, and it was very cool. And I'm like, oh, awesome. But the thing is, it has me from YouTube, you know what I mean? And that's different than people just like, So it was new for me, and it was a little like, whoa, oh my gosh. But it was literally like, I couldn't walk maybe 2-3 minutes without somebody spotting me, which I thought was so cool. I was very excited because I have never had that experience before. Now, for people who did not know who I was, right? I didn't get any looks, honestly. I didn't get any looks. I was on several train experiences where I was just on there and nobody looked in my direction. I thought it was a little weird because I heard that everywhere you go, people would be like, especially since I dress weird. I have a headband on.
He's funny, man. He's funny. You can tell he's very funny, man. Well, if you're a little celebrity, because he's 500,000, it's a huge, it's a huge accomplishment. It's not easy, and I've been doing YouTube for what, almost 2 years and 1 year and a half. It's not easy, not an easy thing. It just requires a lot of consistency. It looks stupid just sitting down here just doing videos, but it's not easy, folks. Because the secret of this thing is just constant action, constant correction kind of thing. You have to be on top of it.
I wore like colorful clothes. I had pink pants. I had a Nike jacket. Like, I stood out, so it was very different for sure. And it wasn't as intense as people are making it seem. If anything, that a lot just because of the YouTube thing, the social media thing. Some people knew me from TikTok, some people knew me from YouTube, and most of those people came up and talked to me, and they were very friendly, and I really appreciated that. Something that I want to add on top of that is how respectful people were. Now, in America and the UK, I've seen it. People, when they try to meet people they follow online, they're kind of overbearing and pretty rude and stuff. But in Germany, everybody was very respectful. They walked up, they're like, hey, can I like talk to you? Are you busy? Blah, blah, blah. Very respectful. Like, the nicest people I've ever met. And I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, of course. Like, what? It was awesome. The German stare was not that bad. There was one situation where we were leaving Ports, and there was a lady on the train, and she kept staring at me, but it was because I look goofy, and I know why she was staring. I had my friend record me with his camera and stuff. Another friend record me with a different.
Yeah, the camera stuff in Germany is a little different. It's a little different. Just you might be thinking about the permit. Where's your permit? Where's your permit?
Camera, and I was talking about my experiences in Germany and stuff like that. And so I have like these two big cameras trained on me as I'm talking to a group of like 7 people. And of course she was like, it was like, I get it. She was curious, why are people whatever? And I guess I did catch other stares of people who also didn't know who I was, but because there was cameras following me everywhere I went, that it obviously
drew curiosity. Ooh, talk about tongue twister. Yeah, but if you have a lot of cameras on you with lighting and stuff like that, people are gonna look. People are probably gonna be like, "Who is this guy? Is he a famous person?"
Generated curiosities. Next point, the friendliness of others, and I did cover that a little bit before, but people were very friendly. Like, I know people were talking about, like, a lot, if you look at a lot of American, German culture, shock videos and stuff on TikTok or YouTube, people always talk about how the Germans are very cold and they don't like small talk and blah, 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 but I found it to be the opposite. I was able to have small talk conversations with everybody I encountered. Everybody that I engaged in with conversation, I had small talk conversations that turned into conversations. It was insane. I could not believe how friendly people were. In fact, I would argue that Germans are just as friendly, if not a little bit more, than Americans, just because on top of being friendly.
Were they friendly because you are / almost celebrity? That might be a reason. Or are they friendly because they're naturally friendly? I'm just putting this out there, right? It might be friendly because you were, small celebrity-ish in their eyes, right? So they're probably more willing to share certain things. Or the other one is, yeah, they might be very friendly. And The reason they say they're cold because they're Europeans. So I guess I don't know where that came from. Some stereotypes are so off sometimes that it's just not even close. So this might be one of those cases.
Y'all are genuine on top of it. Like, if I ask you how your day is, you're going to tell me exactly how your day was. It's not going to be fluff. It's not going to be sugar-coated. So that was very cool and refreshing. Man, this is where it gets a little, you might get upsetty spaghetti with this one. The rules, the rules, the rules, the rules. Now, I did see several videos saying, hey, make sure you follow the rules in Germany. People do not play. That is true. People do not play, but like, it's intense, bro. Like, for instance, if you cross the street and the light is red and there's a child across the street with their family, bro, you better make sure you don't step an iota outside of the barrier and stuff like that. You better not cross the street basically while there's a child across the street, because those parents will light you up. I did cross the street with the red light, but there was no children, and so there were other people doing it with me as well. I never got in trouble for it.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, man. Oh man, that's crazy.
Right, but there were situations where I did see some other person get cussed out because they crossed the street and there was a child on the opposite side and the parents were going.
So you have to let the family with the child cross first, and then you cross, which makes sense in a context of manners. It makes sense.
Crazy. And the thing is, people will scold you if you break certain rules. Now, I got yelled at personally for the bike lane incident. You guys might have seen my yard on that, but if you haven't, the story goes, I was walking on pavement where there was bikes only, but I was confused because there were other groups of people walking on this pavement where there could only be bikes, right? So I'm assuming, oh, maybe people can walk here too. And it wasn't just me, it was 11 other people with me walking towards the Kölner Dome because we were doing a fan meet and greet, right? And yeah, this lady biked past us and she cussed us out, bro. She's like, oh man, and she was just swearing, and he's like, are you basically saying, are you serious? Get out of the freaking way. People will let you have it, bro. And it's not just like, like police or whatever. It's literally the citizens. The next one is gonna take a turn.
Well, okay, hear me out, good folks. Maybe that's a good thing. I mean, there's some places that, man, we need some stuff like that. I'm keeping it real. There's some places that we need change like that, like real change. Like people shaming other people about the law. Maybe that's a good thing.
For the worse as well, grocery stores, oh my gosh, they are a war zone, okay? They are a war zone. Now, I do love the layouts of you guys' grocery stores. They are beautiful, but you guys were not joking when it comes to your cashiers. Your cashier can be brutal. I've told the story about the cashier that cussed me out as well because I simply wasn't, I was trying to pay attention. It's not like I was looking everywhere else. I was paying attention, but the thing that I wasn't used to were normally cashiers that I'm like engaging with, it's not even the fact that they talk to me, they don't have to talk to me. They look at me when they're doing the transaction. The lady that was doing the transaction wasn't even looking at me, and it looked like when she did talk, she was talking to the person behind me. And I'm like, did she just skip over me? Like, what? And there was a person in front of me that was blocking the screen where you see the price, the total of how much your items are. So I did not know how much I had to pay, and she was giving the price to the person behind me, it almost seemed. And I'm like, and so I was.
So it was confusing. That can happen. It was confusing, the language. It's not your fault, man.
A bit confused. There was a little confusion, and she basically just yelled at me and stuff, and it was hilarious. Everybody in the line was like, oh my gosh. I will say that those cashiers are scary, and they scan your items so fast. That's the biggest thing. They scan your items so fast, bro. Like, I had to prepare how I was going to receive the items before I was even 5 people away from getting my stuff scanned, if that makes sense. It was, you have to be mentally prepared. You got to have makes sense. It was, you have to be mentally prepared. You got to have the eyes, you know what I'm saying? Like when you go through the line. All right, the next thing is restaurant etiquette. super chill. People were saying customer service is terrible in Germany, and I don't think it's as bad as people are making it seem. Like the restaurants that I went to several, and they were very objective. It's like, hey, what do you want? How can we help you? If you needed to get their attention, that was the only thing I did notice that was a bit different. It's not like America where the server will keep coming up to you and it'll be like, hey, like, can I help you? Can I help you? Can I help you? It's more like, I'll get to you if you signal me. But the thing is, if the
That's weird. Hey, server, come here. That's weird, man. I'm not used to that. Hey, hey, can you come here? I'm not used to that. I'm not used to that at all. So I need to be prepared mentally.
restaurant's big, it'll be hard to signal the server. So that was a little bit of a problem, but not that big of a problem, if that makes sense. The servers were very nice and stuff, and if they understand that you're struggling a little bit with your German, then they'll help out with you. And then the overall vibe of Germany was so cool. Everyone was minding their own business. People were drinking outside. I've never actually seen this many people just chill outside and just be in their own business, like just literally like they're not bothered by anybody else. They're outside, they're chilling, they're not concerned with what anybody else is doing. They're just genuinely enjoying the vibes. And a lot of places I've been, people really don't hang out outside like that, especially in restaurants. I've actually seen probably the most people sit outside at restaurants in Germany than I have anywhere else. I'm living in Korea right now. Even in America, I've never seen people sit outside as much as people in Germany do. I think the biggest thing that I appreciated was how helpful everybody was. If you needed help with anything out there, people were more than willing to help you as far as directions, this, that, the third. You can kind of get a vibe for people who want to help versus people who are like, bro, I'm busy, leave me alone. So there is that. And the very, very last thing is, I will say this, learning German prior to going to Germany made my trip probably 70% better, because I can promise you, if I did not learn German, I would be more.
Thank you so much, James, because I was thinking the same thing. I might have to just really take serious sitting down and start learning German. Seriously, folks.
Morbidly confused. The signs I was able to read perfectly. I was able to speak with people in German. Anytime I needed to buy something or I was curious as to where something was located, I asked in German and people understood it. They were able to respond to me back in German. And honestly, I was more shocked that people didn't switch to English as fast as I thought they would. You know, I thought that people would switch to English very quickly after I started speaking German, but they didn't, because they could understand me, which was really crazy to me. When I get nervous, I don't speak German very well. So I was very happy with myself, to be honest. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Once again, thank you guys for 500K. I will say this, now that you guys have made it to the end of this video, I do have a big announcement. I am coming back to Germany. I've posted it on my Instagram. I think I may have.
This is after that, right? Man, that's crazy. So these are good tips. I might have to just start taking notes, because this is our good tips, man. Good for you, James. 500K, man, that's crazy. So that's the potential of getting to that level, huh? Crazy to think about. But these are great tips, and I've been having this in my mind, the fact that before going to German, trying to use as much German possible, right? So that's something I've been thinking about. I don't know. These are very good tips. What do you guys think about this? Do you think some of these statements that he refers to, like the looking and the get out of the way, the swearing, is that very common, or it just happens to be that he was there and it happened because he was a foreigner? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next one.